Welcome back, guys, to our Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14 Let's Play here on Archive Gaming. And this could possibly be Yuan Chu's resurgence. We have a shot. So if you saw the last video, we ended making our grand entrance back into the Central Plains. Well, let's say eastern section, right? We have ourselves a little corner, a little staging ground, if you will, and hopefully this marks the beginning of us getting back into this game. So the idea was to be able to wipe out Liu Bei, but let me tell you, I'm not capable of doing that. So instead, we're gonna buckle down here. We're gonna try to build up defenses around Guanling, and we're pretty much gonna enter the fray here. So I've got some supplies on the way because we don't have too many supplies. You can see there, and I don't know if I'm gonna get a market, you know, a merchant visiting in time. Really don't know. Transport's on the way, which is good. Transporter, best trade in the game. If I ever do a tier list, you better believe that Transporter is going to be in the top 5. Okay, Mi Fang has switched sides, of course, because it's a 2-bit trader. Okay, so right now I'm gonna try to see who I can get from Liu Bei's forces. Oh, this guy's stats are pretty bad. I thought they were. Must be confusing him with somebody else. I definitely haven't played the game enough to where I'm starting to get to where you start to memorize kind of the officers, and it used to be like that with the older romances for me. But this game has so many more. You know, I'm a returning romance player from Romance 11. It was probably my most recent game. I didn't play 13 because of the RPG stuff. So, like, I like the RPG ones, but they're not, to me, the ruler-based ones are the ones that I enjoy more. So I haven't really played since 11, and then so many more officers have been added. Okay, but why am I training right now on those two? Are we recruiting? I know we are in Jianye, but are we in Wu also? Okay, this guy's pulling double duty, so I need to get a recruiter there also. We need to pick it up, because now that we're going to be actively fighting, I'm going to need to actually have troops coming in all the time from off coast. If anybody's ever played like Smash Bros, that if you've seen the Smash Bro montage, this would be the part where it's like the pretender Yuan Chu has entered the fray, you know? This would be that part. Okay, so looks like, I guess he's gonna counter march me. So I'm gonna back off because it doesn't profit me to immediately start throwing away my soldiers. And I'm at war with all 3 of these guys. So Cao Cao, Liu Bei, and Liu Biao, I'm at war with all of them. So I don't think I overextended myself. I should be able to keep Guanling propped up as long as I don't do something stupid and drain my reserves. And I should also be able to keep a decent amount of troops here in Jianye so that Liu Biao doesn't get any ideas. Although I welcome an invasion from Liu Biao. I welcome that shit. If he comes at me, that will just be... that would probably be the end of him, honestly. And That's not really much of a boast because it's Liu Biao, right? But I'm just gonna make the statement there. That would probably be the end of him. Okay, I'm gonna have him wait. And I'm gonna bring up some backup support. Let's see, what is Jiling doing? He's not recruiting, right? Okay. I'm gonna bring the big guns here because I'm a little unsure. I'm unsure about his intentions. I don't know if he's gonna grab the core or if he's actually heading towards him. I'm gonna have him drop back a few hexes because he's an arrow. So he's gonna be flying down the highway. Okay, January's here to New Year. Let's hope, let's cross our fingers. I really hope that there's some guys. Let's check suggestions first. Okay, no recruit. 196 is kind of a big year. It's a starting scenario year. It's the Rise of South South starting year. So there might be some officers appearing right away, right from the get-go. Okay, so really the only person I need to be allied with is Sun Jian. You know, hopefully Liu Bei and Cao Cao don't both just head straight for me, but I don't know. I think I've gotten enough time to where I can successfully like amass power at this point. Are we in early? Okay, we're in early. Okay, let's start recruiting then. The only problem I'm having with this territory is in Wu is that I think yeah, I think we need to dial it back with the barracks and start putting our energy into commerce instead. 1 point a turn. That's so stupid. I don't know why he's doing that in the first place. Okay. Decrease morale. We have a banquet. Let's do the banquet. And let's try to burn Sao Ren. And then with our last order, let's see. Try to. Okay. Yeah, so let's see what Sao Ren does. Well, a lot of Liu Bei's officers are coming over to our side. Pretty surprising. I really thought I'd have a harder time. Okay. Abandon the search. Well, that's unfortunate. That means that that might have been the spot where the officer was. Let's see. I still don't see a recruitment suggestion. Friendship with Shan Yu. Let's do that. Yeah, so you can see just from this this power base that we have right here. We can't really send gold. Okay, so these 3 territories right here, we're gonna be able to really like make some noise. I still have guys kind of sitting around. I need to find let's send some gold over. Even if it's just a little bit. Okay, we can take the trainer off at this point. Okay, so it looks like he's doing some kind of march. I don't know what it is. The AI doesn't... makes the dumbest choices. Like, I know his Liu Biao's officer corps is poor, but come on. You're gonna send 2 guys in ring formation? What's Lu Bu up to up here? No idea. A bunch of thousands. Must be going to deal with the bandit, maybe. Okay, so now let's get these guys over here. We're gonna retake this. Take this damn core now that we have the troops. I guess the free officer was available, was over that core, which he just snagged for me before we were able to search. Very frustrating. I will say though, this Yuan Shu file is very interesting. This starting date 191, this is the intentions of the 2 Yuans. It is very interesting because of the events, the way the events play out, and with Yuan Shu specifically, the fact that you can relocate by popping that battle event with Cao Cao and the game essentially making you start over. It gives you like this replayability and also this flexibility that's very unique to pretty much just Yuan Shu. I mean, I can't think of I don't know if Lu Bu, I guess Lu Bu can trigger it. You can play as Lu Bu and relocate yourself to Xiao Pei, you know, when after Liu Bei takes over and he gives you shelter, but that's a 1 land hop. With Yuan Shu, for you to relocate from here, like I did from here, and end up all the way over here, it's really interesting. I mean, I've never seen it before, so and it gives it a lot of nuance. It has a lot of nuance, and I think it makes Yuan Shu way more interesting than Yuan Chao in this playthrough. Far more interesting. I think Yuan Chao is kind of run-of-the-mill in this one. Okay, every turn we're getting 1 extra person, so that's amazing. Okay, so we're gonna retake our core. Then we're either gonna retake our core, or we're gonna, you know, we're gonna end up fighting. Oh, it's Cho Chun's core. Okay, I thought it was part of Guanling, so that explains why he deployed to even take it in the first place. Okay, so yeah, that explains a lot. I think what we'll do is, so let's split up and let's build some things. I don't know if I can take the core back. It's gonna start a war. He's gonna call up units from everywhere. I don't want to call up guys from Runan. I actually want Liu Biao to lose this city so that we can take his last city. So I don't really actually want to call these guys up. Okay, food is kind of low, but we're just getting 30,000, so just in time. And also a nice 3k gold there, so that's gonna really allow me to keep moving forward with building stuff and doing what I have to do there. Sell supplies in Jianye, let's see. Yes, that's a great idea. Especially if it's a suggestion, because I think it's implied that you get a better deal. Although how much of a better deal, I'm not actually sure. I'm pretty sure there's some people out there though who can very quickly like give you the percentages on that spread and just do the numbers and say, okay, this is only a 5% better deal, or oh no, this is 30% more. This is worth it, you know, stuff like that. So I could try to force conflict with Cao Cao over that officer that's hidden there, but I'm not going to, because it's not worth it. Like, our presence here, we're just getting established, so. And I want to stay the dominant power in the eastern part of the Central Plains here, in eastern Zhongyuan. I want to be the dominant power, so I have to be careful that I don't suffer some kind of huge defeat. Okay, they're heading towards Signé. This is really playing into my hands. I don't actually want to cross through his territory, that's the thing. So we're gonna go ahead and start encroaching, because Liu Biao could be gone very soon, and it could happen very quickly, and we need to be the ones to profit off of that. So do we have the food for this expedition though? That's the thing. We've got 40,000, but we're gonna be on boats. You know, the going is gonna be very slow. It's kind of like the worst thing about being relocated over here is if you don't have good boat attack in your force, you're gonna, you know, you're gonna be in for some suffering. So that's why it's important to keep the pipeline. I'm gonna try to stay ahead of it. I'm really going to try to stay ahead of it and make sure that I'm sending troops ahead of time. And try to account for the fact that my guys are just on ships. So okay, I would like to send Yuan Shu, and he might be the best choice. The would-be emperor himself. I don't know if it's wise to send him by himself though. Could be. We could send him in volley. Right now, Signé, looking at it right now, it could change by the time we get there. Okay. This is all pretty good. As a matter of fact, let's go 9. Let's go 9,000. Okay, so let's try to get our forces over here. It's gonna take an eternity, I know this, but again, I don't know how the situation is gonna change by the time we get there. It could change drastically. I don't know if we're gonna beat Cao Cao. I feel like Cao Cao might be able to march out and actually beat me to the punch. You know, in this case, it might be worth having an advisor who uses all personnel policies. Okay, but there's nobody. I don't have anybody. Okay. It's tough, guys. It's tough, but you know, this is, for me, this is the most interesting part. Is trying to, you know, peek into the future, but peek into the future accurately, you know. Like, yes, it's easy to say, oh, Cao Cao is gonna wipe out his neighbors, you know. Okay, it's a very blank statement, but when, how, which units, you know, really try to narrow it down and get the picture down in your head of what, how it's gonna happen and all that, and then try to figure out where you need to be. Where do you need to be to capitalize on it? I like those things. That's what I like the most about these types of games. And Romance 14 still does a really good job of that. It still does a good job of, you know, a lot of people say that the game, you know, is too simple and all this stuff, and I disagree. I think there's enough here. It's not incredibly, like, the depth isn't insane, you know. You're not playing like, I don't know, Hearts of Iron or Europa or something like that, but there's a lot of depth here if you want to find it, if that's what you want to play as. But if you want to keep it simple, you can do that too, you know, and I like that. You know, I have people, I have friends who play the game and they kind of, you know, they play it more simply because they want to relax a little bit more, so they don't want to, sometimes they don't feel like digging, you know, too deep in with the strategy and stuff like that. And that's actually a good thing, you know. The game's as deep as you want to make it. It gives you that flexibility. You know, I don't necessarily agree with people that say that, okay, well, just because it's light on its surface, then that's inherently a bad thing. You know, well, if it has both options, you're good to go. I'm really low on gold, so I'm gonna have to cool it, which I hate doing. Right now I'm actively recruiting on everything. Everything's, yeah, we're picking up people everywhere, so we're just gonna have to wait. Okay, so we'll have these two guys kind of join up down there. We're just gonna take the port, and if the situation stays as it is, we'll go for Lujiang next. I kind of wish now that I could repair relations with Liu Bei, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I should try. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, well, I guess you can try. Let's get the recruit. Let's get those guys off there. Okay. And then let's do some tactics. Let's train. Anybody really, but let's see. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe not those guys. Tony, he's got a ton of stuff, but we'll give him some more. Almost at level 4. Okay, last one. All right. Is this done already? Wow. The speed. Okay, the next thing is going to be the coast. Okay, yeah, he's going to crash down towards Liu Biao, I think, too, from this direction, because Lu Jiang is so pitifully defended right now. Man, this guy's already built up Shu. That's gonna be hell to get through. Okay, out of gold. I need to remember that. Out of gold. Stop spending the gold. Okay, we left an order out there, but that's alright. Do need to get to level 4 though, pretty soon. Okay, we're trusted with Kong Rong. Maybe we could... Oh no, we can't attack requests. You have to be Grand General or higher. Okay, pretty sure he's always gonna keep refusing, but that doesn't mean we can't keep trying. Although I do feel like I would keep building up to try to amass a force and then just try to run Liu Bei over, but we have to kind of try to react to what's pressing, and I feel like Liu Biao is the guy who's in trouble of being eliminated here. Although, when he puts these forces together, he's going to have about 20k, so maybe not. So what we'll do... What we'll do is we'll amass our troops here. Not a problem. We're gonna need supplies though, so that's a thing. Gonna need more supplies, so let's see. I think Shenzhen is back already, right? Okay, great. Yeah, let's send 27. We'll send 27 down here. And maybe we can overwhelm Liu Bei, who knows. I think 17 is a little too high, but... Okay, let's do one more recruiting round there. And one more in each. And then we'll pull back and... Just one guy, let's see if we can recruit. Got a ton of gear scrolls. Mender, what does that do? The amount that their ability recovers is increased in bases, okay. There we go, level 4, okay. I think it's gonna have to be battle at this point, although transport. Let's see, do we have more transport? We do, we have developed transport 3. Ooh, or we could double down on fish power. I think we're gonna have to double down on fish formation. Wow, Yan Bayou has strengthened fish level 4. Very cool. That's the thing about it. They've added so many little things to the game now that you can find ways to make officers who really were pretty irrelevant back in the day. But now they have these little nuances where you can actually get a use out of them. Anybody. Just about anybody. I mean, and even the worst officers that don't have anything, you know, they could still do something. Even in the older games, you always had a use for officers. Simply because, you know, it's a guy who can build. Or it's a guy who can run supplies for you. Okay, he's got 11k. We might have to save Liu Biao City. Because we're not going to give it to South South. Okay, so let's have our boys wait on the road here. He hasn't even made landfall yet, so once he makes landfall, we'll try to figure out where to move him towards. I really wish there was a unit attack request wasn't so restrictive. Because having to be Grand General or higher, that's very restrictive. And you know, this is a single player game. This is a single player sandbox game, so you know, Koei, what are you doing with these restrictions? Like, why are they so over the top sometimes? It's just like the attack request for the barbarians. The gold request is absurd. I mean, it's absurdly high. You know, so why are you safeguarding these things for? You know, it's, oh, they could be things could potentially be unbalanced. Okay, who cares? You know, it's let the player decide. You know what I mean? Don't just cut us off and say, oh, well, you have to be a Grand General. You know, you're just saying, oh, you have to get to the point where it essentially doesn't matter. Or it's corner case. Well, why not make it so that, you know, it's a little bit more useful? Like a lot of these tools that they create for us, they create them and then they severely limit them. It's just a weird, I don't know. It's a weird stance to take. If there was, you know, if this game had multiplayer, if there was even leaderboards or anything relative to competitiveness, I could understand, but this is just a single player sandbox game, so you know, you should be able to at least turn it off in options. Okay, looks like he is gonna march, so maybe we'll attack his city while he's gone. I just have to be careful because, again, I could be stepping into it here. Somehow this guy's held on to 3 of his cities, so I'm glad I redirected Yuan Shu's force. Okay, so let's move up. Let's take his core. Then we'll build an arrow tower. Because depending on when he decides to turn around, you know, it might be done, and I don't know why he hasn't covered these two spots. It looks weird. It's uncomfortable. It's like a bald spot there. It's uncomfortable for me to look at. Okay, so we just have this guy to ward. We don't even have space for these guys. We need more territory. I need another city at least. That's why I'm really considering just kind of betting the farm and just all out invading Liu Bei and just trying to run him over fast. It looks very tempting to do that. Okay, let's see, let's just search. Okay, it definitely looks like he's gonna just head straight towards the city. Okay, now while Yuan Shu's 9,000 are in the field, he's going to be draining supplies from Jianye, which is just fine because we don't have too many in Guanling. So that's actually a good thing. Until he goes into Guanling, he's not going to, you know, and redeploys, it's not going to affect. Is he reckless? I don't see the trait, so I'm thinking not. Okay. Juling's got our... He's our adjutant, he's our tactic guy, so... That's almost done. I really could have sent a few people to start building some towers here. It kind of sucks, but if I can be honest, it sucks. I'm so tired of I'm pretty tired of tower spam. I try to stay away from it. Been doing it since Romance 11, but to be fair, in Romance 11 we were playing multiplayer, and then when you're playing multiplayer, anything goes. So I mean, you have your house rules, you have your gentleman's agreements, right? But after that, anything goes. So, you know, putting up arrow towers and catapult towers, and that was just business as usual most of the time. Although we did have limits on how many. I can't help but think maybe if I had formed a Sworn Brotherhood, I would be able to go toe-to-toe with the brothers with our damage output. You know, at 18k, one good attack could really wipe out a unit, and then we'd have the advantage. Okay, looks like these guys are heading my way. They're all the way over here, but where else could they be going, right? I wish I had somebody in owl formation right now. I should have done that. They're being deployed from Chen Liu. So he's losing absolutely nothing by deploying these guys. These guys are right from the center of his empire. It's no risk to him, but it's going to be a lot of damage for us. So this is a tough thing right here. This is the kind of stuff I have a hard time avoiding, however. Let's build a trap or something. Let's see. What can we do? Oh, the blast is going to be all the way around. Okay, no, that'll work. Let's put that there. It's probably not going to do much, but yeah, I don't really want to get into this battle of attrition with Cao Cao just yet because I can't actually fight I can fight his forces on the outskirts, but you know, I definitely can't fight his guys from the other corners of his empire. You know, I can't fight that level of attrition warfare. All I can do is skirmish on the borders. At least for him, you know, for him it's a skirmish. For me, it's like it's a fight for relevancy. You know, it's a struggle. But yeah, for Cao Cao, it's just another Tuesday, I guess. Okay, everyone else is doing something. Okay, we'll try to fight off those two guys. We'll see if... Let's get an owl guy out, if we have him. Might not, but let's see. We have two. Li Tong could be a really effective... Well, he's reckless, though. That's the thing about him. But I don't want to risk... I don't want to risk Guojia in any suicide runs. But let's get Li Tong out here. Oh, that's fast. I'm gonna see if I can cut off his army. With all formation, I might be able to strand these two guys if they don't turn around. All this just to save Liu Biao. Sun Jian and Cao Cao fighting, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. That's what we need. So I'm hoping that Sun Jian takes Xinye. Oh no. Oh, Yuan Shu, man. You just got right in the fucking way. Okay, let's see. We're still gonna have to try to figure out their direction. He's not building this, so is it too close to the fire trap? Are we out of money? What is happening? Okay. Let me see. Let me test the theory. Fire trap. Oh, according to this, I could build it right next to it, so... Maybe I got my... Okay, so let's have him draw up on this flank here. We can have Yuan Shu kind of tucked behind the fire trap, so it kind of explodes. And we really fucked that up because Li Tong got held up by Yuan Shu. Yuan Shu and his extravagant wagons full of wealth and access. Because you know how Yuan does it. He's got to bring his whole entourage. So you could see like his general trying to get through with his light cavalry, and Yuan just clogging up the road with all his useless baggage and shit. His barrels of honey water. How would he make do without his honeyed water? Okay, let's hope he gets the hell out of the way now. There you go. Look at that. Li Tong's gone. Well, okay. Not as dramatic as when the AI moves, but for a human player, that's good movement. Okay, it looks like Sun Jian got it. Awesome. Just awesome. Okay, so we'll send Li Tong to kind of do his thing here. So we're gonna try to cut this guy off. Oof, and this advance is gonna be slowed because he's got that arrow tower right in the way. Perfect. Supplies are doing good. 47. They're a little low actually. We're getting more supplies. We're getting 10. Okay, so let's send out. Thank goodness we got Shenzhen. Thank goodness. I can't imagine how much more of a chore it would be to send those troops through without having a transporter right now. Okay, probably not. She's married to Liu Bei, so highly unlikely. We should actually release her. Can we? Okay, that sucks. I would release her. You know? You're like, okay, I know this is war and stuff, but I'm not gonna keep the guy's wife. That's a personal, you know? I understand why we're enemies now. You know, it's like, okay, well, who are we keeping in the cell? Well, we're keeping his wife. Oh, okay. Okay. Now I understand. Now I understand why he hates my guts. You know, can we let her go? Because okay, let's just search. Although if you know Liu Bei, you know that shouldn't necessarily apply, but he's not exactly the most empathetic when it comes to his wives, but okay, yeah, so here comes everybody. Everybody's deployed. All extra units are on the way. Well, we have a chance. We're probably going to eat a chain tactic though, and that might completely destroy us, but let's see, he's still pushing forward, so does he have an overseer here already? No. Alright. We can't search Fuling either anymore. Okay, I guess not. Okay, let's keep building towers for the eventual rebuke that's coming from Liu Bei. And it's probably going to be pretty savage too. Okay, we should probably have a recruiter at this point. While we're in mid-May, okay, we'll wait. Supplies, we're about to get some more. Okay. Oh, we're looking pretty good right now. I don't know how this battle is gonna go. I actually think that I need to call up some more guys. I'm gonna do that. I'd like to deploy Guajia. Let's see, what can he do? Virtuous speed. Allied maneuvers increased. Enemy assault is decreased. What else does he have? I think it might be really reckless to deploy him at this point. I think we'll just go with the standard run-of-the-mill, you know, extra general, and not get too fancy. Although this is Yuan we're talking about, but we're still not going to get too far in the rabbit hole. Okay. Let's see, what else can we do? Let's throw a banquet, maybe? Of course. Oh, release prisoners. Okay, here we go. Let's release Jianzhou. Really? You're not going to recommend his wife? Yeah, but he has a debater trait. I'm going to try this one turn, and if I can't get him, then we'll let him go on the next round. The thing is that he has debater, and that's a great trait. Some people would argue a broken trait. It certainly used to be. In this version, it's at least reasonable, I want to say, sort of. In Romance 11, it was busted though. Okay, looks like they're gonna take the road route. Oh, they're relocating. Great. So all I've done is pull over all these troops. Great. Okay, let's try to get a good amount of it. Make sure he's thoroughly cut off. And let's see, we'll drop back. Get our guys positioned around the trap. We actually need him to pass first, so let's let him pass by first. Okay, so if we release Jian Yong and Mishi, it might actually... Order's pretty low, I wonder why. It might actually get us back in Liu Bei's good graces. Not my original intention, but... we can... it would allow us instead to focus our attention on being the guys who eliminate Liu Biao in the end. So that can be just as useful. Okay, let's see. He's not deploying yet. He's content to stay put. Ugh, what a bastard. Okay. And you see, I didn't really pull enough troops to matter, you know? It's one thing if you pull troops from South Tao's empire to where it allows other people to get involved, but this is the worst thing that you can do. This is like, you know, World War I attrition right here. It's bad for both sides, and it's totally needless. It doesn't accomplish anything but increase the body count, and it's ugly. It's just ugly. Okay, I guess let's throw a banquet. We have some people in the low 90s. Don't want that, so release Yuan. Okay, I guess we'll release him. He did say no, so let him go. It's a great. That's one of Liu Bei's best officers too, Jian Yang. He's always been a clutch officer for the Liu Bei player. In the early game, of course, which most of the time that's always for Liu Bei. You know, most people don't really play too many of the big Three Kingdom ones, so. Okay, so he's not deploying, so let's see if Ling Tong can actually get up there and... Oh no, it's taking too long. He's gonna need another turn at least. Okay, well that's fine. We're still gonna be able to cut him off, so. Alright guys, well that's gonna be it for this video. We'll see in the next one if I can goad Cao Cao into coming out and giving me a fight or not. I don't think so. I think he's just gonna amass his power, and he's not gonna fight a pitched battle against me until he can run me over, which he already can, but you know, the AI is I don't think the AI really considers its officer core per se. They just consider their numbers. So right now I think he wants to make sure that he has enough numbers to deploy, but honestly he could still crush me because, you know, his core, the guys that he has. Yeah, let me just say, by the way, I really appreciate everybody who watches, who's been keeping up with these Let's Plays. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. You know, I personally love watching romance gameplay. You know, that's one of the things that I've always liked doing, so hopefully I'm providing it here for some of you guys out there in your day-to-day life and stuff, and yeah, I'm gonna keep going, so make sure you like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.